Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another AFR broadcast. Apologies for the rushed intro and everything like that. Unfortunately, had a little bit of technical difficulties on my side, but in any case, we are here. So I am Kuno0 as usual, and with me is Gus.
Hello.
Oh boy, what a rush one. Okay, so round 2. Here we are at Spain, Barcelona-Catalunya. You can already see that a couple of people are already on their fast laps. Was going to have a proper standings to show everyone, but unfortunately that didn't come to fruition. So we'll just have to go over the results as are. So as of round 1, there was Potsy is in the lead there with 25 points. Mikau coming in second. Very close battle between those two. Mikau with 18. Geordie in third with 15. Trin coming home in fourth with 12 points. Artanis with 10. FIBA, Pacey, Simdogger combined. And Captain of Gold subbing in. He got the last point there in the top 10. Flyby and Stars not present in the first race, but I believe they are in this one. Yes, they are both in here.
So, yeah, we got a full grid tonight. I think every full-time driver is available.
Excellent. So hopefully we should have a really good race on our hands. Spain, usually one of those boring tracks in real life, but in the F1 game, tends to lend itself to some interesting battles and developments, as you saw in the intro, the track overview. So Gus, what are you expecting from this qualifying? Lap times, etc.?
So expecting the absolute quickest to be in the 14s, but the optimal strategy is to start on the medium tyre. So you can kind of see already the time that Hero put in 1:15.8 is a second off the pace of Geordie, who I think has gone flat chat on the soft tyre, whereas Hero, I think he's probably got the ERS and the fuel mix turned down on his hot lap. Expect them all to come out towards the end of the session once the track has rubbed in a bit to put in 1 or 2 laps on the medium tyre, and expect everyone high 14s, low 15s on the medium tyre.
All right, well, 13 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock. Geordie currently leading provisional pole with a 1:14.926. We're just on board here with T-Mac as he looks to set his fastest lap. We'll jump on board with the Mercedes driver for a hot lap around the circuit de Catalunya. So across the line and down the long main straight, heavy braking zone. Just past the 100-metre board, tends to be the sweet spot. Jesus Christ, into the 50s. Into the 50-metre board. Well, there you go. That's why I'm so slow around here. Down through turns 2 and 3, and then the long extended one up to the Pirelli Bridge. Then down through the gears. You want to be careful, though, because that inside curve will spin you out. And if you put too much throttle in the exit, you'll spin as well. Down through, nice use of the apex. You can use a little bit of the AstroTurf. It's not that bad as Pondon moves out of the way. Now through this annoying section, you've got to be very, very careful because that sausage curve will spit you out and you can invalidate very, very easily through there. Keep on the power, 7th gear into the DRS zone and then down into the hairpin, which has been extended, but I don't know if they... I don't think that's been reflected
in the game. Yeah, no. It's the same layout as 2020, I believe.
Yeah. And there we go. So there's the invalidation there. Unfortunate they're from T-Mac. Let's jump on board with Wahid as he makes his way through the circuit, readying for his fast lap. So Geordie still on the top. Pacey there for McLaren with a 1:15.5. Pondon for Aston Martin, 1:15.6. In terms of strategy, what are we expecting in tyre strategy here? Spain, so Bahrain, we had a 2-stop.
Yeah, expecting here...
One. Yeah.
Should be a 1-stop here, medium hard, or if you're feeling adventurous, going soft hard. But yeah, the optimal strategy is to start on the mediums and push through to about lap 13, 14 and switch onto the hards to the end. But of course, safety cars could change that. We saw in the Tier 3 race a little bit earlier. Some people might try and go soft, medium, medium if they're going to put in a quick time on the soft tyre during quali, but expect most of the quicker guys to be going medium hard for the race.
Right, so the 1-stop it is. We can see hopefully they don't get out of the 1-step. FIBA coming down the pit lane there. That's why he makes his way now on his flying out turn 1 and 2. And the nice extended. That inside curb doesn't seem to be as bad as some of the other ones. F1 2021 curbs are pretty unforgiving. But some of them you can put the power down.
Yeah, so with turn 2 on the inside, you have to get your entire car up onto that curb to avoid it spitting you out. If you just touch the red and white stripe part with the tyre, you will get spat out.
Nice use there. Oh, we got Smitty. Team Haas off the track there. Hopefully not damage. And it's weird. See, this is where you can see some of the different setups between the drivers. Obviously, before we saw T-Mac hold 7th gear essentially flat through that corner. Wahid had to shift down into 6th. So obviously, there are some using high downforce and some trying to use less downforce in order to get more speed on some of the obviously the main straight and some of the faster sections of the course.
depends as well on how good your turn-in point is. If you can hook the corner up, if you get the car onto that curb, you can keep it pretty close to flat with low fuel and soft tyres. But if you do get that line slightly wrong, you've got to get out of the throttle and shift down, or you're going to be in a world of pain because that exit curb is deadly.
Indeed. Now, Geordie still holding provisional pole there, 1:14.9, but Wahid, his teammate, set a 1:15.1, so something's going right with those setups as they lock out the front grid at 4 now. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left on the qualifying session clock. Let's see, who hasn't set a lap? Flyboy. Team McLaren, his teammate currently 4th. So Flyboy, of course, one of the 2 drivers that weren't present last week. We'll see what performance he can give us here at Spain. I can see Seb in the chat saying that Geordie is the favourite. And apparently Mikkel's not going to do well because he hates this track. He's not the only one. Spain's a very weird track. It's like you can get into a rhythm with it and it's good, but man, it's just not as blowy as some of the other ones. Spain, it's weird. I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan. I shouldn't say I hate it, but... Alright, so Flyboy now for his first flying lap. Where can the McLaren driver sit his car? Teammate 4th. Can he beat him or at least jump near? There's sector 1, 21.3 across the sector line. Now there is some traffic in front of him. Hopefully it won't impede. Nah, it's all right. Red Bull got out of the way. Oh, it didn't invalidate. But he did have to lift through there, so some time lost. Spain is a hard track to nail. Yeah, exactly. Spain is one of those tracks where, I mean, if you're talking from a real life perspective, from the real calendar, the reason why it's that's a lot of curb to take. Jesus Christ. Flyby. Let's see what the time's going to look like. I can't imagine he's already backing off to. That's a scrubbing lap, but a 1:16.6 is what he'll get across. In the real calendar, the problem is they test there. So the teams go to the race weekend with all the data they need, and so it ends up being a procession versus an actual race. But, I mean, there have been lively moments, not to discredit it, but yeah, it's the only problem. If you test at an actual track, then you're going to have all the data beforehand versus what they really should be doing is testing on a track that they don't race at during the calendar. That way you still get all your dial in and everything that the team needs, but you don't already have all of this data ready to go when you get to the race weekend. Jump on board with Simdogger as he comes to the line now for another flying lap, a 1:16.1. Currently on 12th. Someone just set a time there. I think it was Trin with a 1:15.1, putting himself 3rd. 6 minutes 27 on the clock. Geordie still in provisional pole.
Seeing Wahid's put on the medium tyres for his next run, so interested to see what time he does. Mikau as well on the medium tyre on a scrub lap at the moment.
Also, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you for everyone tuning in as well as Geordie sets yet another fastest lap for Alpine, a 1:14.794 as Simdogger goes around that sector and spins out and hits the wall. So that is in Sector 2. It's the chicane, the fast chicane. That's what we were talking about. If you get too far onto that curb, it'll spit you out, and that's exactly what's happened to Simdogger. We'll see if we can have a quick look at that. And I've capped it way too late. But that's him driving off the track. I think I stuttered and hit the button twice, and it ruined that. Apologies, audience. But yes, that's the issue with that part of the track, is that if you don't nail that, it will spit you left or right. And if you go left, the wall is straight there. You get a bit more runoff on the right, but either way, you're still in for a world of hurt. And now he's missing that entire front wing. He'll have to come in, get that repaired. There's still 5 minutes on the board, so he should be able to get in, get it done, get back out, and hopefully set another flying time. Rayman's still at the early part. Let's have a look here at Potty. No, Potty's coming into the pits there.
Wahid was purple in the first sector, but he made a little mistake in the chicane in sector 2, and he backed out. I think he might be getting ready to go again now.
Currently watching Hero for the Williams Racing team. Finished just outside of the points last week. There's the RS wing. And he's incredibly up on his time now. It was 5/10 through that sector, so expect a pretty rapid lap here from Hero. He's coming around the final section now. Oh, he's going into the pits. Never mind. Interesting. He was up.
Might be wanting to go on the medium tyre. We've got 3.5 minutes left in the session, so if you're going to be changing compounds, now's the time to do it. Track's going to be nice and rubbered in. That's why he goes to purple in sector 2. Now he's on his second flying lap on these mediums.
Thank you for the follow.
Oh, he's made a mistake.
Ooh.
Oh, he just lost the rear mid-corner there. He took a little bit too much speed into the first part of that final chicane, and in order to save the car, he had to cut the chicane and invalidated. And that's it. Wahid, good time on the softs, but I get the feeling that there was a lot more time in that car if he'd turned everything out.
It's unfortunate there, but sometimes that's how it goes. You just one little mistake, one correction, and it throws you out. I think there is a McLaren driver. That would be Flyboy, I believe. Let's see. I think he's going to cross the line now for a flying. So his last one he pulled out of. So we'll see if he improves at all. So 1:16.6, currently 16th on the medium compound. He's down 1/10. So he's got to find time in the next 2 sectors. So there's a ton of drivers out there currently on the medium compound, so it looks like they'll want to start there, like you said, with the medium hard strat.
Well, Wahid is coming out of the pits, and he's got 2 minutes to go, so he may get around in time to do another lap. He's chucked on a set of softs, though, so it looks like he's given up the medium strategy. Also of note, Mikau's on the soft tyre, so he has already done a time on the mediums, the 1:15.5, so interesting to see him chuck on a set of softs to the end.
So Flyboy does improve, 1:16.0, however, only currently 14th. And unless he's going to try and do a second flying, we'll jump on with Geordie now hard, just through Sector 2. The timer says that he is down, so possibly not an improvement here.
Yeah, he's backed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. So he won't be. He'll be just popping into the pits, I would assume. I think he's happy with his 14.7. The question is, well, Mikau just crosses the line there with a 1:14.8, so that split the 2 Alpine. And the question is, will Wahid attempt to beat his teammate, or... Oh, I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here. So, here's the absolute big brain team strats, because Geordie is going to, I assume, provide a length of track tow for his teammate.
It's going to be tricky to orchestrate it for the entire lap without giving a fair chunk of dirty air. It's pretty hard to follow a car here in some of the faster corners.
No, never mind. Geordie put out of the way. Okay, So no big brain toe strat. I was going to say, there's a lot of traffic. If you have a look at that minimap, there is a lot of traffic. I don't know how.
There's
how
only
you
one
would,
car. There was only one car in the pits at that point, apart from Smitty, who's retired as well.
All right, well, now we're starting to see the fastest laps of the session. BD Trent, 1:14.771. Currently on provisional pole. That's his fastest. Geordie, unfortunately, won't be able to set a faster time. Oh, as Wahid gets a little bit of snap oversteer, but he catches it. Pacey now retires from the session with a 1:15.5. FIBA up there with a 1:14.9 into fourth. Wahid now coming around the final sector. Can he beat his teammate? Can he put it on pole? He'll need to beat a 1:14.7 to do it. Oh, he gets sturdy on the grass. And it's a 1:15.1. So he didn't even beat his previous time. So he'll stay fifth. Which is a shame. So Geordie will start second, but unfortunately Wahid's been pushed down to fifth. And there's a couple of guys who's still on a flying lap. Hero is one of them for Team Williams. He'll cross the line. Oh, and that's a big improvement, up to a 1:15.0 on the medium tyre. He'll start fifth, as Wahid falls yet another position. And I believe that is everyone, because Big Al wasn't pushing for a lap.
Neither is Flyboy. He's the only other driver on track at the moment. So
all right.
That should be it. That's our grid.
So that's it. So Trin managing to take pole with a 1:14.771, but on the soft compound. So we'll see how that affects his race strategy. Geordie not setting another faster time, but he will stay second. And I believe it was Mikau in third, or it might have been another BDE member. I don't remember, but we'll see it in a minute. Geordie invalidated the next lap at the final corner. That's what happened. Ah, okay, fair enough. So that's why he backed out. So Trent takes pole for round 2 here at Spain. Geordie with second position. Mikau starting in third, and FIBA will start alongside him for Team Williams. His teammate just behind, Hero in fifth. Wahid trying his best, but unfortunately getting pushed all the way down into sixth. However, have a look at that. Didn't beat his best time, so he'll start on the softs. Combined YouTuber there in 7th. Potsy in 8th. Big Al in 9th. And Baitmate will round out the top 10. As we see Pondon, Artanis, Panda, T-Mac, Pacey, Planets, Smitty, Flyboy, Simdogger, and Sid. As those guys will all get free choice of compound for the race start. All right. So, as you guys might have seen from the intro, graciously provided by Gus, there is a 60% safety car chance aggregate over our seasons. I believe that's how you calculated it.
Yes, over the Tier 1 seasons that we've had here in AFR. We also had the last 2 races in Tier 1 have both been wet. So, interesting to see if we get any drizzle in this one. But I think from what we've seen so far, it's looking like it's going to be a dry start.
Lobby updated. That's a new one. I've never seen that before.
Interesting.
I have to just extend this so I can actually read what everyone's typing to me in the Twitch chat. Being rude and ignorant. Oh, what's the prediction here? Will both Red Bulls finish in the points? Is that what's going on? I love the amounts that get bet. It's just a ridiculous amount of points.
I think I put 34,000 down.
Yes, it's just a ridiculous amount of points, and I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. All right, we'll chuck on info for everyone at home as the formation. Why was I was about to say foundation. Today's not a good day. Today's just not a good day for me. It's the foundation lap, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, the formation lap, where these guys will get a chance to warm up those tires and brakes, make sure everything's copacetic before you reach up onto that grid. Hopefully nobody collides into each other. Otherwise, you both get sent to the start at the grid, and you'll start with cold tires, and that's not good ever. As I already see an Alfa Romeo off the track.
Well, that's what we love to see. Interestingly, the only car outside of the top 10 not on the medium tyre is the halves of Smitty, opting to go for the hard tyre from P17. Everyone else on the grid on the mediums, except for Trin, Geordie, Mikau, Wahid, and Combined, who qualified on the softs. And a bit of F1 trivia. I'm pretty sure yesterday was the anniversary that our Lord Maldonado won here at this very track.
That should have been the prediction poll. Will Maldonado return to F1?
He's on sabbatical.
Lord Mahavir was spotted doing a testing session.
He was Alfa Romeo.
So
yeah,
that's the moral of the story here, children. With enough money, you can do anything. All right, predicted pit stop strategy powered by AWS. So there is the two-stop prediction: soft, medium, medium, or it was the other two-stop, which I believe was the soft, hard.
Soft, medium, hard. It
soft,
says,
medium, hard. That's the one.
Which I think. I don't know what AWS has been crunching with its numbers, but
that's something I have to bring up. So, to my knowledge, there is actually a window, a tire window, like a tire performance window in this game, but I've never seen it.
No, I've not seen it either, but I've only spectated a few F1 races on 2021. It'd be nice if they were a little bit more realistic and not just the same strategy with different tires.
I think it's only on practice sessions or something, says Jacob Master. Fair enough. But that's because that would be cool, even though it doesn't give us real information here or in real life.
It looks pretty.
It does. It does look pretty. All right, so it looks like we are ready on the grid. The lights are counting down for the start of this race. And away we go down towards that first turn. Trin with a decent start. Oh, wow, one of the Mercedes has to go way wide to avoid the Aston Martin. And as we get into turn one, it's looking pretty clean. Please don't make me eat my words. And, yep, it seems relatively clean as we make our way through.
Oh, Sid running a bit wide at the back, touching the gravel, and he's dropped off a little bit. Still got a few cars going side by side on the run into turn 4, but they're all being very orderly so far.
All right, so as we make our way into Sector 2, Trin in the lead of this race. Geordie in second, Feber, Hero Mick out. 3 behind him. Potsy currently on board with Wahid in 7th. As we can see, Big Al pushing down past Panda. As we have yet another pit stop strategy. Thank you very much.
Oh, Sid going for a move up the inside of Smitty at the right-hander. Insane move, but Smitty's hard tyres just look like they're not firing at the moment. He's really struggling for grip out of the corners.
So, a couple of little moves happening there. Planet's getting stuck in between a couple of cars. Big Al making a breakaway, though. There's Pacey all up the back of T-Mac there. And yet again...
bit of collision between Sid and Simdogger there for P18. Sid's tapped him a couple of times. I hope he hasn't picked up any wing damage. We are running Sim Standard. As Smitty had a little bit of spin in the final sector there, so that's why he's dropped off a few seconds from the back of the grid.
He shot down a ton, and it's weird because he is last, but the scoreboard is showing Planets behind him, so there's a little bit of desync happening.
Yeah, I think Stars had his internet cut out during the qualifying session, so he may be a little bit desync throughout the rest of the race session.
All right, I can already see that the leaderboard is a roulette wheel, so hopefully that'll all correct.
Smitty in the lead.
As I do rely on these intervals to see who's fighting who. So lap 3 of 3, which means DRS is enabled.
I think it's 2 of 3. I think that's
that
2
would
of
be
33.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's that bug that's carried over from 2020.
I was just about to say that is a very fast 3 laps, but no. So that'll mean that once we cross the line, once Trin crosses the line here, it will correct itself. It will be lap 3, and then the DRS will be enabled.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just having a quick look at the winners and losers. Mikau down 2 positions from the start. Potsy up 2. Panda up 3 as well. But Big Al down 3. Stars up 3. And Tanis down 2. And Smitty at the back down 3 positions from his start.
So Feber setting the fastest lap as of right now, 1:18.255. No crazy moves as of yet. But Geordie's looking to do one. Very closely following Trin through the corner here, up on the inside. Trin going the wide route. Oh! Bit of a lock up there from that front left. That's what you got to be careful, because it's a downhill corner. You've actually got more pressure on those front. You get more load on the front tyres, so it's very, very easy to lock up. to go through the fast right into the DRS zone. Trin will not have it, but Geordie will. But a move here will take some precise timing, which is most likely why he chose not to go for it. As we have a look at the rest of the grid, Big Al seems to have made a move on Pondon for 11th place, and Sid on Simdogger at the back there for 18th. Smitty's having some issues.
Yeah, Sid and Simdogger going side by side through turns 1 and 2. And Sid just getting the better traction through 3 and able to come out on top. He's now all over the back of Flyboy as they go to the final chicane.
Nick Yao and Hero trade places as Geordie will make a play for the lead here. Fairly easy when you have DRS into the first turn. And smooth sailing. Geordie now in the lead of this race.
Yeah, those softs are going to start to drop off a little bit soon, especially with them battling for position at the front. So Feber's going to be sitting pretty here. I expect those softs to really be undrivable after lap 8 and last no longer than lap 10.
We're still a fair way away from the pit window. On board currently with Potsy, who's following Hero in the Williams. The closest as of right now in that top 10.
Oh, the gone. As Alfa Romeo, sorry, Sid is gone. And he's out of the race. He lost it on the exit of turn, I think that's turn 7, turn 8, the top of the hill. No safety car yet. We've still got yellow flags in sector 2. He nearly saved it, but just lost the rear and spat off to the outside wall. And he's out.
So we are now down to 19 drivers. But since there is no traffic procession through that area, the game will continue on.
Yeah, he hit the wall quite a way off the track, so it was on the other side of the sand trap on the outside of that corner, which is not the regular place that you find people DNF. It's got another yellow flag.
Panda's around!
Stars and Panda, yes.
Panda, I just managed to catch the end of that, but it looks like him and Simdogger, and that's correct, him and Simdogger getting into a bit of an altercation there, and a 5-second penalty for that collision. So Panda, the first driver, with a penalty on the board, 5 seconds.
Yeah, it looked like both Ferraris for a moment they got caught up in that. I think Stars got caught behind Panda and had to get right out of it because he's all the way down to 17th now. He's actually been jumped by his teammate Simdogger, who was behind him. It's a very weird one. I'm sure it'll be looked at after the race. Just looking at Panda from the offboard, doesn't look like he's got any wing damage, but definitely the car's all over the road when we cut back to it.
Thank you for the follow, 25. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Glad that you're with us. Lap 6 of 33 is we're here with Baitmate. DRS down the main straight. Most likely you'll get this Alfa Romeo with ease. As Big Al's going to come into this play as well. Oh, it's going to try and split him down the middle.
So just getting reports that T-Mac T-Mac might have some damage. He's coming to the pits and he's getting a new wing replaced. And the Mercedes driver drops back to the back of the grid.
Smitty's just got a penalty as well. Weird glitch penny just spun on the curb. Okay. So we didn't actually hit anybody. Man. Codemasters. Come on! Oh, we got a ton of follows. Thank you very much, Cherry Low, Spitty, and Master Squid.
So it looks like we've split the grid a little bit. So I think that looks like the top 12 or so. We've got a McLaren round. Looks like Pacey has gone around at the chicane. He was parked in the middle of the road. I do not know how someone didn't collect him there. Looks like he just had a little bit of a spin on the curb at the chicane in sector 2. He drops down to 18th.
We're all professionals here at AFR. That's why nobody collected. And we won't talk about Tier 2 last week. Okay.
Let's just wait for Monaco next week.
Oi.
Oh, Stars is off. Stars is off in sector 3. Not sure what happened there. I think he might have just spat off the curb a little bit. His tyres look pretty cooked at the moment. He's got Pacey all over the back of him now. He's defending pretty hard from the McLaren driver. He puts his car in the middle of the road, making it very difficult for him. Pacey gets the move done.
Apparently Smitty got a corner cutting penalty. Okay.
Yes, he did. So we've just finished my train of thought from before. So we've got a group of cars from first down to 7th. And we've got another little group here, P8 down to P12. And then we've got some stragglers a bit further back in the field. So starting to see a bit of a distinction between the classes of drivers at the moment. That lead pack has got a lot of very, very quick drivers in it. As we see in real life, it can be a little bit processional when you get caught up in the DRS train, but we do have a bit of a mix of tyre strategy, which will start to unravel in the next few laps as FIBA gets a little bit squirrely in the chicane. Mick having to get right out of the throttle to avoid a collision.
So down the main straight here, everybody's got DRS and no moves. As Big Al sets the fastest lap so far, 1:17.5.
Combine YouTube is the first of the soft runners to come into the pits without any damage. So hoping to get a bit of an undercut. I think he's onto the medium tyres, so he's committing to the 2-stop strategy. Those mediums will not make it to the end. But he's in some clean air now, so I think his plan is just use that. Oh, we've got a Haas around. It looks like Smitty's had a spin. Oh, he's nearly collected the McLaren of Pacey. Oh, in a very precarious position. Pacey did really well not to hit him.
Smitty's having he's having a struggle. He's having a struggle this race. I wonder if he's got setup issues.
Possibly. This track is a killer for the left-hand tyres, so if you're running a little bit too high pressure or your driving style is pretty hard on tyres, you will suffer quite a bit here.
So from the back of this lead train here, Geordie leading them, Trin following behind, FIBA, Mick out, Hero, and then Potsy, who we are on board with. As Pondon picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And will he be able to beat him down into turn 1? It's going to be a late break for the Red Bull, and he'll make it around the outside. So Potsy up in a 5th.
So Wahid has come into the pits. I think he's reacting to Combine YouTuber's early pit stop. He's gone onto the hard tyre. As Combine is on the pit straight now, Wahid should come out pretty comfortably in front. You see the strategy starting to unfold a little bit. We've got Geordie, Trin and Mikau yet to pit. We'll expect them in the next couple of laps.
So those will be the ones to watch out for. We'll just have to see how that strategy develops. So you said that was between laps 8 and 10, which we'll see next lap coming. Any more than that, you're going to start losing a lot of performance, and then your pit window is going to be a lot longer versus the guys on medium. So yeah, we should see them come in soon.
The HUDs should be able to make it to the end from here if you're kind to them, and like we saw in the preamble, there is a 60% chance of a safety car, so you should be able to extend it. Yep, Geordie peels off into the pits, and so does Trin. So Mikau staying out.
So Potsy looking for a move here on Mikau, both with DRS, but Potsy just a lot faster. However, Mikau, not your average driver, places the car exactly where he needed to. With a good defensive line, stays on to second. Hero.
So Jordan.
Sorry, go on.
So Jordan and Trin both onto the hard tyres, so they are going to the end from here.
Well, Simdogger picks up a 3-second time penalty now for multiple warnings. So that's 5 drivers with penalties on the board. So FIBA in the lead of this race. 1.5 second gap between himself and Mikau in second. Potsy close behind, and Hero just tagging along as well, all within the 1 second mark. And then it blows out to a 3.3 second gap to Big Al in 5th. So you would expect Mikau to possibly pull in this lap or next. And then that will be all of the soft runners done and dusted. Let's see, is Mikau coming in? Yes, he is. So Potsy will get a free position, as will Hero. And now is when we'll see if the strategy calls pay off. Lap 11 of 33, so we're 1/3 through this race.
Geordie just coming onto the final corner now, so we'll see pitting first if he's been able to get any gains. Mikau's still in the pit lane at the moment.
Yep, he'll pass.
Trin as well. Oh, Trin's actually going to come out behind Mikau. So...
Interesting. So the AlphaTauri manages to jump the sister team. So what's the pit window for the mediums would be lap 14?
Yeah, thereabouts. You can extend to, I think, 16. About halfway is kind of the end of that pit window. But of course, safety cars are going to affect that a little bit. So expect medium runners to come in anytime between kind of now and that halfway point. Any longer than that, and the mediums will start to lose performance compared to the hards.
So in the chat, Mikau would go to tyre management. I think Mikau's just a goat. He's shown time and time again that he's very, very strong in Formula One. Pozzi now setting the fastest lap in the medium tyre, 1:17.4624, the Red Bull Racing team. And now we're in that stage where everybody's got their pit, well, the majority have got their pit stops done and dusted. The rest are preparing for them, so the times have now blown out. Closest on track right now would be Batemate for Team Haas, who's chasing down Tannis in the Aston Martin. That was why he gets pinged by race control, a 3-second time penalty there. That'll add on to his. Actually, let's have a look here at penalties. So Panda with 5 seconds.
Flag. Oh, Phoebus had a spin. Phoebus had a spin in Sector 2. And he has dropped out of the lead and down into P4, P5 now, P6 even. He's
let's have a look.
Yeah, lost it on the exit curb.
I can't see any damage on the front wing or the side pods. Rear wing looks fine as well.
Kept it out of the wall, but he was blocking the track and had to safely do a 20-point turn Austin Powers style in order to get it pointing the right way and keeping it off the racing line as well. So he did a really good job. He's coming to the pits though, so I'll keep an eye on him just to see if it's just for tyres, because those mediums are going to be pretty cooked right about now. We just see Big Al and Tanner's coming to the pits as well.
That's an interesting release. But anyway,
right to the side.
Ghosting in the pit lane. Nobody, it doesn't matter.
Probably for the best. So no wing damage. It's just for tyres. So I'd say those mediums are pretty shot after that spin. He comes out of the pits behind Tannis. Combined, actually doing pretty well. Goes up into 16th. And Phoebus slots in behind him in P17.
Mick out just overtook Flyboy, who's currently in 9th place. Was pushing along there with Geordie. The only thing is he's on 12 lap of wear, so he was definitely just letting those guys through. There's no point in racing those. As Simdog again picks up another 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. Gotta keep your eye on those white lines, boys. Been eyeing on some of these times. Hero with a 0.4 gap. As Potty and Hero both pit. So 12 laps of wear. And they'll come in.
Yeah, Batemate comes in as well. Pondon's staying out though.
So now, Geordie now coming through that chicane at the end, around the final corner. And that will reset the board somewhat. I'll have a look at Potsy. He's going to exit right behind Mick out there. That's a pretty good pit window. Not ahead, but he'll have 2 laps of wear.
We've had a collision between Trin. So Trin has gone off the track. We've got the McLaren. Flyboy is caught up in that as well. We have either a VSC or a safety car. I think it might be a VSC. I don't see the safety car coming out on track. The graphic has... Oh, yeah, there we go. Graphic's bugged out on mine.
Yeah, virtual safety car. So, just wondering, you said it was Trin that was hit.
Yeah, Trin was out in the weeds at turn 3. And so was Flyboy. Yeah, Trin's got no front wing. He's missing his entire front wing on that Red Bull. And, well, that just ruins my 30,000 points that I bet on Red Bull to get double points.
This broadcast brought to you by Sportsbet. No, so yeah, not sure what happened there with Trin. Unfortunately, goddamn, I wish we could rewind the game back, but maybe yet for another year. So there goes that front wing.
Flyboy looks like he's okay, so definitely looks like Trin has come off worse for wear in that collision. We should see this VSC. Look at Ponton and Simdog coming to the very end of that VSC.
I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but Geordie has been pinged.
Don't think so. It's coming up saying DT on a penalty board, so he's going to have to come in the next couple of laps to serve it. I'm guessing he jumped just a little bit too early because you do have a little bit of leeway with your delta on a restart for VSC, and I'd say he's just got it a little bit wrong. And the game's given him the harshest penalty you can get. I need thrown away his chances.
I do need to bring this up. Here we go. Let's just have a replay. They remove a full wing and they put on a full wing. I love this game so much.
That's how good Red Bull are. They put on 2 sets of wings.
It just grows the set of wings.
Red Bull gives you wings. That's what they say.
There's a can, and it works too. It acts as a ballast. And also, when there's damage, they just open the can and boof, ran your front wing. All right, so Trin exits in last position, currently chasing Flyboy. Now, Trin on the medium tyre, Flyboy on the hard compound, so I can't imagine Trin will have much difficulty getting past here. But it's going to be a big job ahead for him to get back up into the top 10.
So
however,
Geordie's
we still have...
Serve that drive through.
As Panda picks up another 3-second time penalty as well. Geordie and Artanis both... No, sorry. Artanis stayed out, but Geordie came into the pits and Planets as well.
Yeah, Stars hadn't changed tyres yet, so he's just doing a long run on those mediums. But yeah, we had Geordie serving that drive through, so he's slotted out just outside of the points. He's down in P11 now.
Seb's asking if it's possible for us to check warnings on Mikau and Potsy and see where they're dancing.
Race director telling me neither driver has any warnings. As Stars has had a spin, turn 2 and 3.
He'll rejoin the track, and Geordie picks up a 3-second time penalty again. Jeez, this is not a good race for him. Now, my question is that VSC one legit? Like, because we know that the Delta can be really iffy when you're under VSC, so that might have just ruined his race. I'm not sure.
I think it is legit, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Here comes Potsy, like a missile on the outside, giving each other plenty of space, and I use the word plenty very strongly as Potsy makes his way through and is now in the lead. Mick out to chase. Party of 2 there is Hero 2.3 seconds down the road. Let's have a look at some of these other drivers. Smitty and Simdog are trading places. Baitmate in a nice little trainers. Oh, Fever took a massive extension of the track there. So Baitmate showing decent pace. Currently in 9th, keeping clean, no penalties. Wahid ahead of him does. Into the DRS zone. Keeping an eye on some of these intervals. Looks like Baitmate is the closest at the moment. A massive extension of time at the back. T-Max 6 seconds. Pacey 7.7 seconds behind him. Trin 8 seconds behind. Trin has quite a ladder to climb if he hopes to score points in this race. Having said that, possible pit stops to come. Possible safety cars. We've seen a VSC already.
So Chad just pointing out that this is going to end Trin's streak unless he gets a late safety car. He actually finished every single race last season in the points, I believe.
Oh no, it's Lando. It's just like what happened with Lando. Thanks, Bottas. We give, to be fair, like, knowing how high pressure Formula One must be, right? Clearly he wouldn't be happy with himself. But at the same time, like, you're paid millions of dollars to know when to push that brake pedal. And he didn't.
Yeah.
And, like, that's just rough. More than 35 races in a row? He 35 races in the points. Jesus. Watch Trin pull, like... If there was ever a person to channel Hamilton right now, it's going to be him. 4 tires all blown, running on just the rim, and he's going to be like... I'm making it, Bono.
Look at the yellow flag. Ferrari's gone around. It looks like Simdogger has had a bit of a spin in the chicane. Reverses off the track to get out of the way. Oh, and he just cuts in front of Pacey again. Pacey's had a pretty shocking race for people rejoining in front of him. Again, he avoids it.
These are the current penalties as they stand. So some have been served. Tanis on 3 seconds, aka Wahid on 3 seconds. Pondon has 3 seconds. Geordie, Smitty, Panda, and Planets all with 3 seconds. Simdogger currently has 6 seconds on the ball. And I believe, let's have a look here, it stops. So Trin is the only person to have stopped more than once. With Smitty, Smitty is showing 0 stops, and I know that's wrong, so...
Geordie back up into the points, making a move on Pondon at the end of the second DRS straight.
Hottie sets the fastest time.
Oh, Simdogger's had a spin again. This time at the infamous right-hander in Sector 2. And he's dropped all the way down to 18th, just in front of his teammate.
Sector 2 and Sector 3 yellow flag is the incident I'm just referring to. That's been cleared. So Simdogger and Stars now last. Not a great race here for Scuderia Ferrari. Sector 3 flag again, I think.
Yeah, it's Simdogger letting through his teammate. Okay. He also got a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits, but he was off the track letting his teammate through, so I don't think he got any advantage there. It was a pretty rubbish penalty from the game, but he does have a little bit of wing damage, so he's coming to the pits now to get that replaced.
Thank you for the follow, KRL. Much appreciated. Thank you to everyone watching. As we hit lap 20, almost 2/3 through this race. Geordie is pushing very hard now to catch Batemate here in the Haas. So Geordie, of course, hit with those penalties, which caused him to go back down. So again, it's going to be quite a trek for him to try and push up the ranks. Batemate with the overtake here on Wahid. Geordie will most likely overtake his teammate as well. Yeah, early braking there from the Alpine to allow them through. As Smitty comes into the pits. So that will be his first pit stop. He started on the hards, didn't he? Stop. Yeah.
So okay. Finally got rid of those pretty rugged hard tyres. They've had a few spins and a few trips through the gravel. So I'll be glad to see the end of those.
Wahid to the wall.
Yeah, missing his right end plate. He's got damage.
Yep. Wahid to the wall. We'll have a quick look at that. So coming through. Looks like he just got on the power a bit too early. Rubbish. Bang, right into the wall there. It's a rough time for the Alpine. The closest on track is what you're watching, Batemate. Followed very closely by Geordie. He himself trying to catch combined. Here we go. Will we see a double overtake here? I don't think Geordie will be able to make it unless he goes late braking. Will he try and look for this inside? Combine is holding the line well. Very well. Manages to stay 8th. However, Geordie will have more power on the outside here.
Geordie's used almost all of his ERS, though, to try and get past Combined here. So if he can just hold on a little bit longer, he should be able to get a bit more horsepower than the Alpine.
Down the inside. Makes the overtake stick this time around, but Combined really made him work for that. Oh, as he picks up a 3-second time penalty. Oh my god, race control needs to calm down. Let's jump up with Artanis here in 6th place. Following Batemate. Following Fever. Batemate is following Artanis as Panda picks up another 3-second time penalty. Let's just have a quick update there on the penalties now. So that puts Simdogger at 9 seconds. Wahid's Planets, 3 seconds each. Smitty on 3. Geordie on 6. Panda on 6. Heavy dose of penalties, but I think it's actually less than what we saw at Bahrain.
Yeah, Bahrain was pretty insane with the number of pens that got picked up by the end. So Combined ended up coming into the pits. He's onto another set of medium tyres to go to the end of the race for the next 10 laps.
Here we are on board with Geordie. Looking to try and jump Batemate here. Batemate's doing a very good job so far to stay ahead. Here we go with the DRS. Essentially no ERS in that tank, but that rear wing is good for at least 20 Ks down here. Into that first turn, and they'll trade places. The Alpine now in 7th. And Potsy leading this race. Mikau following 5/10 the gap between these two. Now these two won't be pitting again. So this is going to be to the line. Potsy with the fresher tyre wear. 9 laps versus 12. Will we see... What do you think we'll see a safety car?
I don't... Everyone's kind of settled into a bit of a rhythm at the moment, and there's not really any close battles. So unless someone's really under some pressure, I don't see anyone really making a mistake. I'm just having a look a bit further down the field, and Trin is within 5 seconds of Pacey, so he may be able to close up on him for P11, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't really see another safety car happening at the moment. Just with no real close race at the moment. I say that, and Fever and Artanis are closing up a little bit on each other into turn 1.
Potsy leading this race, but he is burning through all of his ERS to try and stay ahead here. Mikau in the 30%. Now, Mikau's using it in bursts, so basically he's using it to get better power out of corners, and that's actually the smart way to do it. You maintain your rev range, and therefore you reduce the amount of time that the engine requires to get back up to speed. You probably see him just burst it as he comes through the chicane here. Nope, I lied. Did I just see Geordie get another penalty?
You did. He's up to 9 seconds now.
Oh boy. So now will he be able to catch it? Oh, that's speed. That's a lot of speed. That's a lot of speed. Do we see him shoot out? No. He'll stay behind. Mikau's not here to make hero plays. He's just here to play it sensible. He's got plenty of race to go. So I can't imagine he's going to do anything risky just yet. We move back. Let's go down a couple of places. Artanis, 6th position. Teammate Pondon in 9th. Fever doing a great job ahead here. He's 9.5 seconds away from Big Al, so don't really see. And he's got penalties. All of these guys do, actually. Fever, Artanis, and Geordie. And as you said, Gus, a rhythm has settled in here, so I don't think we'll see. I'm not sure if we'll see anything crazy. As I say that, Planet is right on the outside of Wahid here. Not sure if he'll be able to ping him. He's swerving like a madman trying to keep the speed there, but Wahid did stay ahead.
Yeah, Wahid actually got the move done going into turn 1, but Stars tried a little crisscross through turns 2 and 3. Had a little bit of a run on him, couldn't quite get the move done into 4. And you can see those fresh mediums that Wahid's on, just a lot more grip than the Ferrari. And he's pulled away. He's nearly out of DRS zone already.
A lot of time being extended here. Geordie, 3.5 seconds. Fever, 9.5 seconds back. Unfortunate for Simdogger, who's had a bunch of spins. 27.8 behind his teammate. And Wahid, 10 seconds behind Flyboy in 16th place. Smitty and Wahid both pick up 3 seconds. Jeez, what are the penalties at now? Eesh. Simdogger on 12. It's only 3 drivers right now within a second of the cars ahead, and that's Mikau, Big Al, and Artanis.
Yeah, Fever's done well, though, to get back up into P5 after that little spin, put him down to outside the points. I think it was just a timely mistake because he was just about to come into the pits anyway. Oh, yeah, we're just seeing the rest of the field slowly just drop off a little bit from the car in front. To come into the closing stages of the race, just about 6 laps left to go. We're going to get a flag.
Yellow flag, and it's
Mitty has had a little spin, in the final sector. He's doing donuts in the runoff area. Tried to do a flick turn, and it just kept turning. And those rears are going to be absolutely cooked.
Sid in the chat there. I am still the only one that is retired. Yes, as of right now, you are. Trin picking up another 3-second time penalty. Jeez.
That's his first, actually. So.
That's right. Yes, it is his first. That's right. He got hit. He lost his wing.
It's hurting him. It's going to hurt him, though, because he's kind of matching pace with Pacey at the moment. Those mediums are starting to just drop into the zone of the hards. We've got a Ferrari off at turn 2 and 3. And Stars looks like he's had a bit of a spin.
And one of the Haas as well, Smitty.
Yeah, Smitty again. This time the exit of 4.
Have a look at the lead now. Lap 29 of 33, only 4 to go. Mick out, still half a second behind. Having a look at those ERS charges. They're both even now, both on 30%. This Panda picks up another 3-second time penalty. Mick out, catch it. Ooh. Got slippery there, lost 3/10 because of it. The DRS should help him bring him back a little. But now it's going to be hammer time for the Alpha Tauri. We'll see if he can catch the Red Bull ahead. Christian Horner probably on the radio telling him to not. Planet picks up a 3-second time penalty there. So, looking at these penalties, Simdogger on 12 seconds, Wahid, Smitty, Planet on 6, Panda on 9, Pondon, Trin, YouTuber, Artanis, Fever, and Hero all on 3 seconds, and Geordie 9 seconds as well. And he already served one. I see another yellow flag.
Yeah, Simdogger just letting through some traffic. Yeah, not having a great race. Had a little bit of an off in the final sector and just stayed out of the way of the lead cars. Artanis and Fever changing positions down at turn 1. Fever up into P5. Had a good charge after that pit stop. Back up through the field. He's now 10 seconds behind Big Al, and he's doing Big Al things in P4, just sitting within DRS range of Hero. Knows he doesn't have to get past him on track with that 3-second penalty.
So Big Al will get a free position here as long as he just maintains his pace. Hero, of course, will drop down. Just thinking about some of the other penalties. So Baitmate, if he stays where he is, he'll get Geordie. So that'll be 1. Pondon will drop down as well. So T-Mac will come up into 9th. Pacey might even be able to squeeze in there too at this current rate. So Pondon might lose out points entirely.
Ali in the chat saying that Potsy has to save fuel. Of course, with no full safety car, there wasn't much time to do some fuel saving. So we're going to see Potsy lift and coast. Less than half a second between the two now, so the gap has closed down. Just jumping on board. His indicator light's flashing yellow. So I reckon he's right on the cusp of running out of fuel here, and this might play into Mikau's favour.
2 laps to go in Spain. Potsy in the lead, Mikau chasing, and as we've just learned, Potsy having to watch fuel. And you can see
Hero as well, solid yellow fuel light. We've got an Alfa Romeo has gone around. It's combined YouTuber at turn 2 and 3. Yeah, Hero's fuel indicator light solid yellow now as well, so he's having some fuel issues as well, but so's Big Al. So looks like a few of the top drivers might have underfueled, expecting a longer safety car period.
Mikau has that indicator as well. Going deep right behind that Red Bull, but he's only got a lap and a half or a lap and a bit. I have to try and keep an eye on this as Artanis is looking to try and make a dive here on the inside. I said the word dive, but he had all the time in the world there. So he'll go up into 5th. Feeble will try and stay close behind. Geordie, unfortunately, outside that DRS range. He will most likely not be able to squeeze that time back. As I can see, T-Mac is trying to catch Pondon here. As we go back up to Mikau. Keep an eye on these two. So Potty will have to do everything he can to hold on to that position. Hopefully none of these guys are like 2 warnings and borderline. I would hate to see something happen in terms of penalties to either one of these guys now. As we have a Sector 3 yellow flag. Everyone seems to be moving okay, so it looks like someone maybe just got a little bit loose. So here we go. Lap 33, final lap of the race. Potty will try and stay ahead, but there's too much main straight. He'll move over to the inside. Mikau onto the outside. Down into turn 1. It's a clean move. And now we'll see if Mikau can stay ahead.
Potsy's fuel indicator now flashing red. He is on minimum fuel. He may not make it to the end on this tank of fuel. Hero as well. Flashing red. Same Big Al.
A Ferrari is off. A Ferrari is off in Sector 3. I believe it's Simdogger.
He's blocking the pit entry. Yep.
So Mikau now ahead.
Importantly, is Potsy going to be able to provide that 1 litre sample at the end of the race?
I swear it's in there. Into the DRS zone. Now here we go. The wing is open, but as you can see, no ERS. He goes for a very sharp dive. Onto the inside. And he will lead. But just by the smallest of margins, Mikau is pushing him off as much as he can. And the AlphaTauri does stay ahead into the final sector. That was a really smart try to try more! Mikkel's missed the turn! Oh, you are kidding me! You have got to be kidding me!
He went deep, and he's...
Oh my god! There is no way! No way! Let's just jump onto the replay. We'll have another look at that. So, oh, I just missed the cutoff point. Are you kidding? Oh, no way. Oh, Mikkel just went too deep on the final part of that chicane. Oh, and he's come out second there. That's a shame. Having a look at some of these other finishes, Pondon, as I thought, got forced down into 11th. So Pacey ends up finishing in the points there. T-Mac having 2 for Mercedes. And unfortunate for Trin, couldn't quite scramble up there. So this will be the streak ender. But my God, Mikkel. What a great job to... Someone's in the wall there. It's a Haas.
Smitty DNF'd on the final lap of the race.
I was just about to say.
No, Smitty.
I just saw a car crumpled in the wall. I was like, what is going on? And there we are. Driver of the day goes to Artanis. Congratulations, sir. Well done. But, well, the talk of this race is definitely that ending. Mikkel managing to go past on that final lap, stayed ahead. Potty tried to do a move on that DRS zone into the hairpin. Mikkel kept him away, and they get into that final chicane. Mikkel goes a little bit too deep on that final corner, and Potty, just ready to pounce, grabs him and manages to beat him across the line. That was not expected. Oh boy, but there you are. There is the race over. Round 2 done and dusted, and Potsy is your race winner with an amazing drive. Unfortunate for Mikkel there, but he will take second place. And Big Al comes across there in third. Hero, unfortunately, with penalties, will finish fourth. FIBA will take an extra point for fastest lap of the race, 1:16.5. Up there in fifth. Artanis in sixth place. Batemate, Geordie, T-Mac, and Pacey rounding out your top 10. An unfortunate race there for Sid, who did DNF, and Smitty, who DNF'd on the last lap. Simdogger there. Planets, White Heat, Panda, Combined, Flyboy, Trin, Pondon for the bottom 10. Alright guys, that's all from us, but it's not all from AFR, as we have Tier 2 coming away with, funnily enough, Mikkel and Seb, your commentators for that. Hopefully you've enjoyed us, but for now, we will bid you adieu. We'll see you next week. Have a great one.
See ya.
just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave and by the time it's